Hello everyone, today is a bit cloudy and I think it's gonna start raining, so I'm in the mood to talk about serious things, and today I'm gonna talk about my opinion on death penalty. Why I decided to choose this topic, because it has always been very important to me. Like whenever we would start a conversation at school or at university, I would immediately feel related to it, and I would try to think about different possible ways to solve this problem and to figure out what is right and what is wrong in this specific issue. Well, I guess all you remember that dramatic scene from the Harry Potter Part 3 when the hippogriff, that innocent bird, was executed, and it was so dramatic and everyone cried and so on and so forth. And that is just a fairy tale, but such things happen in real life, and that's the real issue. So before actually start using death penalty, and if we do, we should definitely think about the circumstances in which it will work well and fine. And first of all, this is a perfect state system, which is almost impossible, but still. No bribery, no corruption, well-organized judiciary, which is obviously very important and very hard to achieve in any kind of state. To actually sentence someone to death, the guilt should be well proven by judge, by jury, by prosecutor, and so on and so on. And for that, we're again back to the point one. When there is a perfect state system, which may seem impossible, but it just has to work well. Death penalty should be used only in some specific circumstances and in specific cases, and to me, these are like when criminals kill people, and that's all. We should exclude mentally ill people and some other cases which are proven to be not thought of, or accidentally killed people or whatever. So we should definitely specify this gap, this certain case or cases in which we can use death penalty to punish criminals. Oh. It wants to punish me. Yay. Like talking about mentally ill people, all of you heard about recent accident in Taipei when the guy killed a little girl. Before, he's been proven as mentally ill, like he got treatment somewhere, but then he was free and he could do whatever he wanted. So in this case, I think we shouldn't use death penalty because the guy has special background and his mind may be not totally healthy, so that's up to doctors and jury. The one issue that I wouldn't doubt about using death penalty is terrorism. I think you would all agree that those people deserve punishment, that they're trying to prove their specific political values by killing other innocent people, and it has caused so much trouble and so much misery to the world. Whenever I think about those who sit there and teach people how to blow themselves up in the crowd, how to hate others, how to start out a war, I just feel the hatred and I want them killed. I want them punished, so that there would not be such kind of people on earth, and there would definitely be others who would want to start a war, who would feel hatred and stuff. But these kind of people who organize specific groups and organizations, those who give money to those organizations, those who supply them with weapons, those are definitely should be punished. There are also those people and political parties who insist on using death penalty in other cases, and these are large-scale corruption, bribery, and other similar things. For example, in my country, the Communist Party, which doesn't have that much power right now, it insists on using death penalty in these cases. I think this is very controversial, and right now it's going to be hard talking about this. However, it has proved to be useful in some other countries. For example, in Singapore and Hong Kong, those countries got rid of corruption and bribery by not only using death penalty, but by rethinking and restructuring the whole state system. And that's what a normal country should start from when it wants to get rid of corruption and criminals and bribery and whatever. Next thing I wanted to talk about is death penalty and the feelings of the relatives. It's very hard to judge because I've never been in their place, but to my mind, if you feel that the criminal is punished and he's not alive anymore, you would feel like at least a slight satisfaction. That sounds kind of weird, but that's what I would feel, I guess. Others might say that putting a criminal for life in prison is more useful so that he can actually feel the punishment. He can feel the life going on right outdoors, but he cannot join. So he will try to think about his life and he will try to punish himself, maybe. But if we think about it from the other angle, it's like giving the criminal another chance, while those who he killed are not alive anymore. They cannot start over, and he can. And it's like life is the best, the greatest gift of all, and we're definitely giving him another chance. The second point of those against the death penalty is like, who are we to decide who lives and who dies? Well, who is he, the criminal, to decide who lives and who dies? He already killed someone, and if it's proven, or if like it's obvious, or if many people have seen it, so who was he to decide? And if we all agree to live in society where there is like a specific hierarchy and the state is the most important thing, so it has the right to punish people, so then it's the completely different thing. It has the right to decide. It has the right to punish and to sentence people to death. Like many kings and leaders in history used death penalty for their own reasons, for punishing people, for their political reasons, and so on and so on. Was it good? Was it bad? Like there were obviously many innocent people sentenced to death and to some specific jails and camps, but it might have also helped to prevent some other issues. So that's why I cannot judge history like strictly, and there are always many different points of view. The one thing that I believe in is that death penalty will certainly prevent some specific crimes and some people from committing that crimes, because if one person is punished for that specific crime, the others will definitely bear in mind that if they commit that crime, they will be punished. In Russia specifically, death penalty has been indefinitely suspended in 1996, I guess. Though Russia has not executed anyone since 1996, the death penalty remains codified. A survey conducted in 2012 in Russia showed that 62% of the respondents, they favored the return of the use of death penalty, and only 21% still supported the moratorium. These figures should tell government something. Maybe the people are not satisfied with the current system of the punishment of the criminals. What we first should do is to establish a certain system to rethink some kind of specific issues in the governmental process that will allow us to use the death penalty properly and fairly. And please, no hanging, no breaking will, no beheading, no shooting. We're not in medieval ages. I think the most appropriate way is the medical injections. And my last point for today is the actual examples of the countries which still use in 21st century, they use the capital punishment. These are the United States. The capital punishment is legal in 32 states as far as I know. China, Singapore, Japan, and Taiwan. Those countries are considered very well developed, and if they still stick to the capital punishment, there might be a reason that they do it. So think about it, and if you disagree and have some specific arguments and just something to add, I'm open to listen. Thank you guys.